All right, guys. So the topic for today is employee mindset to CEO mindset. This topic makes my heart so warm because I love tangibles, and something I've been working on as a leader is giving more tangibles because I love to just speak on emotion and just be motivating. So I have some tangibles for you guys today so that you can go over and self-reflect and just keep yourself accountable in doing every day. That's going to help you with your mindset, help you get out of that employee or limited or low mindset. So Anna, I don't know if you wanted to kind of hop on that and tell us what you are going to be talking about tonight.
Absolutely. So, hi, you guys. I'm Anna. It's so nice to talk to all of you. I know that I was on one of the training calls the other night, but definitely with this call tonight, I want to just express to you guys the urgency and the independence like that you guys need to have as entrepreneurs and running your business and everything. So I'm super excited to talk with Addie and just like pour into you guys and just like tell you guys all of the tips and tricks that we have learned so far with just our mindset and just having that confidence to just take the initiative, take the leap, take the jump and everything.
I love it. So obviously you're going to hear it a lot. You have heard it a lot probably in this boot camp, but mindset is so huge. It is going to be your seed that everything is going to root from. So whatever you think is going to be whatever you say, and whatever you say is going to follow with action, and with that action becomes your goals or getting you to your goals. So before I get some tangibles, unless Anna, if you wanted to piggyback off, because I have 5 tangibles for you guys, and I feel like it covers pretty much everything, and I feel like we can do good piggybacking. What do you think, Anna?
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so if you guys have notes open on your phone, if you're out and about, I love taking notes on my phone, but if you have a paper and a pen, that's going to work too. I promise you, we are not just giving you empty things to do. This is proven to not only work for us to be successful in this, but we've seen other people have these attributes and done these things to see their success as well. And this is something that you guys, once you build your team, you can pour back into them with. So taking your employee to CEO mindset. Anna just mentioned it. It's pretty much just being self-sufficient, right? So I'm going to go over like 5 things that I kind of reflected with today that I think that will help you and benefit you guys the most. So number 1 is being open-minded, okay? So being open-minded sounds very simple, but if you dig deep into it, being open-minded fights everything that you're already doing now, right? The limiting beliefs you're listening to, the bad habits you're probably going in a rabbit hole with, right? So believing in endless possibilities that depend on your behavior, right? So when you face your no's, see rejection as redirection. So in this business, you're gonna get a lot of naysayers, you're gonna get a lot of doubters, you're gonna get people that say no to you, whether you're offering the product or the opportunity. But I want you guys to actually embrace these no's and give yourself a good job for getting them, right? Because if you're getting no's, you're doing your job. You're networking, you're talking about the opportunity, you're talking about the product. See it as redirection, redirecting you to someone who wants to say yes, or to another situation that you're actually needed in, right? So to be fully open-minded, you have to be self-aware of your limiting beliefs, of your goals, of everything in between, so that when times come when you have to make a decision, you do it without regret, right? Like, do I do this today for my business? Do I not do this today for my business? You have to be self-aware that what you're doing is creating a habit, and that habit needs to be a good one, right? Or be self-aware that that habit isn't such a good one and there's things to change and grow from. So, CEO mindset, you always have to be prepared when it's not the way you want it to go, right? And because the reason why is when you have a CEO mindset, you're going to be prepared for no's, but honestly, you're going to know what to say when you're already prepared for it, right? If you're thinking that you're going to just reach out to everybody in your family, because sometimes, guys, here's reality, family, you think the people that are going to support you when you start your business may not be the ones who are going to support you when you start your business. So having that CEO mindset of, you know, I'm going to offer this to Bob. Bob's my cousin. We grew up together. He's definitely going to support me. You have to be open-minded enough to have that CEO mindset and say, if Bob says no, it's just no for now, right? I just got to show him what this is all about. But yeah, that's number one. Anna, if you want to go off on any of that.
Absolutely. You guys, I want you guys to understand that you are gonna have people tell you no, and that's something that you have to understand and accept, and it's something that should not set you back. It should be something that sets you forward, and that's going to allow you to say, okay, that's completely fine. And with the no's, you guys, there's so many ways to go about it where you can still get sales, where you can still get potentials and everything. Like, you guys can ask, that's completely fine. Somebody tells you no, completely fine. Like, do you know anybody who is struggling with their hair or skin? Like, that's completely fine. This opportunity is not for you right now. That's absolutely okay. Do you know anybody who is on social media a lot that is very into self-care and like all of that? And there's so many different avenues to go about the no's that I feel like you guys don't need to get stuck at, okay, they told me no, and like, I'm rejected. Like, I don't know what to say. You guys, rejection is very normal in this business. It's very normal. You're going to be told no all the time. But in order to see an effect after the no's and after everything, like after all the no's and everything, you're going to be able to then send a message, send a response that says, hey, give me some referrals, or hey, do you know anybody who would be interested in this business? Because I promise you, me and Addie have gone through so many no's in our business. But yeah, you guys just have to understand to love and accept the no's, because that is going to be a part of this process. And there are ways to go about the no's that will then like give you more things to go off of your business. But that's, yeah.
I love it. Yeah. So just be prepared for it. Don't sink in a hole when it happens. It's going to happen again. But our job is not only to offer this opportunity, but what it can do. And if somebody says no to what this opportunity can possibly do for them, show them what it's going to do for you, right? That is the best thing that you can do. Number two is personal development. Okay, a lot of you guys are working on this right now. A lot of you guys have no idea what this is, but I'm telling you, personal development, as I said before, mindset is everything, right? So you have to, you know, listen to podcasts, books, anything that you know goes with your lifestyle already, right? If you know you're always on the go, podcasts are great for always on the go. You can listen to it in your car. You can listen to it when you're showering. If you are at home all the time, if you're a stay-at-home mom, or you're just at home all the time, you can read a book. Invest in yourself, invest in your business, because personal development is going to get you out of the hardest days, get you out of the days when you do get your most no's. And then, you know, if you're prepping or planning for your month, watch training videos. We have so many unlimited resources with mentors and successful people that have already done what you're trying to do, telling you what to do, right? Or at least informing you how to get across something you might get across with in your business, but how they went about it. Because if I told you how I handled that no, it'll help you handle your no in the future, right? So that's number two. Anna, I don't know if you want to go off on personal development. I know we can go.
Yes, absolutely. So something that like I have honestly learned a lot in my business is that okay, let me be honest with you guys. Like, when in the first beginning of my business, I used to take no's so personally and like so just like, oh my God, you're saying no to me? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I literally was like so angry, and like I went about the conversation in the wrong direction. And like, I want you guys to understand, it is not a no towards you personally. It is a no because of their doubts and their limitations and everything right now. And I've honestly, I even learned this, and it confirmed me today, because I have been talking to this girl. Her name is Erin, and I met her at the mall. Okay, so this was an in-person, like, potential that I had met. I met her at the mall. Me and my girl Corinne were shopping, and we were at American Eagle, and she worked there. And she, like, I had networked with her. Like, I was like talking to her about like just like what she does, how she likes her job, because she was one of the workers at American Eagle. And I got her Instagram. We started connecting. Then she's been following me ever since, and she has commented on every single post that I post. And then today I went live with 2 of my girls, and we just like talked about just like some things about our business and like some advice that we would give to people. And you guys, after that call, a year later, this girl texted me, "All right, Anna, I'm all in. Like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to say yes and commit to this business and commit to this entrepreneurship." And it's all about like consistency. You have to make sure that you are always consistent with what you are wanting to relay your people. And with consistency, obviously you're going to have the haters, you're going to have like the opinions, you're going to have the opinions of your family, your friends, or everything. But at the end of the day, there are people ready for this opportunity. And that right there for me really reassured me that what I'm doing is good. Because her, like Erin, when I met her, she was pregnant. She was about to pop. And her baby and her are doing so good. And he's almost like 8 months now. Like, I've been talking to her for almost a year. And the fact that like I'm just like, it's so exciting to see somebody who has just watched you and who has just like kind of kept up with your story and is finally ready to just steer away those limiting beliefs and steer away the things that are going to just gear them into the wrong direction. You know what I mean? And like, our job is to really make sure that people understand that they're capable and worthy of this opportunity. And so with like, yeah, no, I definitely think that just with your potentials, with your stories, like, people are always watching you. And I want you guys to know that, because it's crazy the fact that people watch me and they're like, oh wow, like maybe I can do this. Maybe I can be successful. Maybe I can really change my family's life around. And so you guys never know who is watching. And I want you guys to make sure that you are like, that you always think about that there are people watching you. So if you post on your story about the business, about the products, about your life, you're doing good. But if you have that doubt in your mind where I shouldn't post about my life, I shouldn't post about this, like about the products or the life, or the lifestyle, you guys are really, really, really setting yourself back, because the people who told you no, the people who told you maybe later down the road, those people, I promise you, are watching. And I have dealt with this a lot in my business, where there's people who are watching. There's people who really truly are those people who I got to see you succeed before I can try it, you know, like those type of people. And so I want you guys to understand, as long as you have that commitment towards yourself and towards your business and have a strong enough why, then you're going to be able to just like push through all of those things and prove to those people and help those people understand that they're capable of it too. And personally, like today, when going through that with Erin, like when she texted me, because honestly, you guys, I really did not think that she was ever going to say yes to this. And as soon as I did that live, she was like, okay, all right, I'm ready, and I'm ready to go all in. And so you guys never know when those people that have been watching you, who have told you no, are going to be ready. Because I promise you, whether they're going to be a customer or they're going to be a market partner, they're going to eventually be with you in some type of way.
Yeah, I love that. And it's so good that you're bringing that up, because guys, a lot of people need more than 10 exposures with something, okay? Let me tell you something about something I went through. You know, we all know what the Revlon hair blower brush is, correct, right? I am not one to hair blow dry my hair. Like, I've always, since I was smaller, just love air drying it. It's just been a thing. Blow drying it, just like for me, I hate the heat, so it just gets me really hot. Don't like doing it. I have a lot of hair. So I was never going to buy that. Okay, you see where I'm going with this? And guess where I saw it? On Facebook getting advertised, on Instagram on my feed getting sponsored, friends of mine using it and showing their review on their stories, family members having it at their house, and they're like, I love this thing, it's amazing, it makes it so easy. And it took me like 2 months, but guess what I ended up buying? Okay, I'm not, and I don't even use it that much right now, but it just goes to show you that the days that you show up when you think you're not getting any type of responses, interaction, or yeses, there's somebody watching you. So thank you for bringing that up, Anna. That's why it's so important to be consistent and showing up every single day. Number 3, preparing to sacrifice. Okay, if you're going from an employee mindset to a CEO mindset, guess what happens? There's a huge gap, and now you got to sacrifice some things that you're not used to sacrificing. You have to sacrifice the people you surround yourself with, okay? Because not everybody everybody wants to grow. Everybody can say they want to grow in life, but not everybody's going to be willing to grow when you outgrow them, okay? So you have to be okay with that. You have to sacrifice time for time. Okay, short-term time now for long-term time later. Dave Ramsey, I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's awesome. He's amazing. He does a lot of like budgeting things and all this stuff. But something that he said that stuck with me is, if you want to live a life like nobody else now, or live a life like nobody else now, so you can live a life like nobody else later. Okay, you're going to be home most of the time. You're not going to have time to go out every single weekend and go get drinks and hang out with your friends. You're not going to be able to make it to everything because you're going to be at home building your business, building yourself, helping your team build themselves, right? And then you got to be prepared to sacrifice that time. Okay, be prepared to sacrifice it, because if you think of sacrifice as a loss, then you're thinking about sacrifice the wrong way, okay? Sacrifice is to gain later, right? Like, I am very, very in touch with Jesus, and I love him. And something I always say is, when he sacrificed himself, he didn't do it to die and lose himself, right? He did it so that we can gain freedom, okay, later, and the freedom to, free will, all the things. But something you can do is time block yourselves for your business. Figure out what time of the day you are going to work your business no matter what, so that when you're thinking, okay, now I gotta sacrifice time, I don't know if I'm prepared for that, right? If you want to get to where you want to get to, which is your first promotion, MMP, guess what? MMP's your next destination, but it's not the final destination, okay? It's just going to be something that you go through, a milestone to get you to the next place. Anna, I don't know if you want to go off.
Absolutely. And no, I think like with you guys, like, you need to understand, if you can hit MMP, you can hit SED. Like, that is such a true thing. Like, if you can hit MMP, then you can hit SED. But like, something that I was going to go off of, I feel like I'm about to have a brain fart because I forgot what you were saying, Audie. But like, I don't know, like, everything that you were saying is 100% true. Like, I truly believe that when you put yourself into the position to grow yourself and challenge yourself, you are going to become the best version of you that there is to become. And like, you guys need to realize every single day that you need to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice the things that you need to, because I'm sure, like, drop a 1 in the chat. Do you watch Netflix every single day? Like, do you turn on Netflix at least once a day? And I just want you guys to be honest. So drop a 1 if you watch Netflix every single day. Drop a 2 if you're like, Netflix who, TV who. Like, okay, it could be Netflix, Hulu, HBO. Like, you guys don't be like diverse. You know what I mean? Like, if you watch nonchalant, like, you know, like drop a 1 in the chat, drop a 2 if you don't. Because personally, I have found myself, the only time that I ever watch TV or I watch movies is with my boyfriend. And like, or if they are documentaries that is actually going to benefit me, then of course I'm gonna watch them. But you guys need to understand the sacrifice that you are making right now is going to truly determine what your life is going to look like in a year from now, 6 months from now, in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Because the sacrifice that I made every single day with my business, I wouldn't be in the position that I am in now if I was not to have given that sacrifice. And it could be as little as you sacrificed your time from, okay, so like obviously some stoplights are really long. Like, let me just be real. Like some stoplights are like 5, 7, 8 minutes long. And you guys can truly put that time into networking, following up with people, answering your DMs. You have to sacrifice the time. Okay, when you have a break at your job and you are going to the bathroom, when you are going to your lunch break, that you are either FaceTiming your upline, FaceTiming your downline, or following up with people who are interested in the business, who are in your DMs, or you're networking with people. It is all about sacrifice. And just like Addie was saying, like it's something where you're going to sacrifice for a short term to have a long-term gain. And isn't that so much better? Like, isn't it so much better to have a life where you sacrifice for a year, but then the rest of your life you never have to sacrifice again? You know, you're able to live that abundant lifestyle. You're able to live without having to check your bank account. And so sacrifices are going to become something that you have to get comfortable with. You have to understand even small sacrifices, just like, okay, 30 minutes, an hour before I wake up. Normally I'm gonna wake up at 6 instead of 7, because you know what, I can take that time and I can put that time into my business or my personal development or anything like that. And it's something that like you definitely want to make sure that you have perspective and that you have kind of that like not necessarily the perspective, but like the commitment. I think it's the commitment. If you sacrifice consistently, then you're going to see so much success. But let's go on to number 4.
Yeah, I love that. And guys, it's so easy to hear and be like, oh, I don't even know, like that this sounds like a really big commitment. But guys, this opportunity can give you the life that you want. I remember being an MMP, starting this business and running with it because I knew what it was going to do for me, because I saw what it was doing for everybody else. Not just people I didn't know, but people I did know. You know, and I remember getting to MMP, double ranking at AMB, got to MB in my Smart Star. I was going through the ranks, and it was because I was sacrificing time. I was living with my mom in a 2-bedroom. My daughter didn't even have her own bedroom. We had to literally separate a piece of the living room to even make her a space for herself with a little tiny bed. And I remember having to sacrifice my nights out and the money that I was spending going out and doing all these things because it wasn't investing in my future. You know, everything I did when I was at MMP to MMB was tunnel vision, sacrificing. Sometimes I had to, you know, not eat dinner with the family, or sometimes I had to order a pizza because I couldn't cook dinner for the family, because I had to do a team call, because I had to get on a potential call and share this opportunity with someone else. So sacrifices are different for everybody, but I'm telling you guys, it is worth it, because now I thank myself for doing that. Like, I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, all these things I was saying and doing is so cringy, but I thank myself for doing it because I grew from it, because I learned from it, and it gave me the freedom that I have now. And it's not even over yet, you know? So number 4, non-negotiables. This is a daily. This is not non-negotiables like, you know, for a month or for 6 months, whatever, quarter, daily. Things that you do every day for your business that you when you don't do them, you notice, right? These things are going to help you figure out what's working for you, what's not working for you. Your persistence is the measurement of your belief in yourself. Right? So if you're persistent with something, you're committed to something, to giving yourself that self-discipline you need to get those non-negotiables done, guess what? It's going to add belief that you can and you will. And when it starts fruiting, now you can pass that belief and commitment and example to somebody else, right? So you show up every single day. Okay? Show up in every single moment like you're meant to be there. Even if it happens on accident and you go to a friend's house and now your friend has 5 other friends who just showed up and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to go crawl in a hole. I don't know these people. I'm getting social anxiety. You were meant to be there at that moment. So you have to take that non-negotiable for your business that should be networking, right? Or filling in your funnel with new people and taking advantage of it. So 5 examples of non-negotiables that you can do for your business. It's different for everybody, but I promise you, if you follow these and you stick with them every day, you will see results. Is 1, check your back office and your numbers. See where you're at every morning. It's like opening your bank account every day. And if it doesn't move, guess what? You're going to be pissed. You're going to be like, what the heck? I need more money. You know, if you look at your back office every single day and you see where you're at and where you need to go and how much you need to get there, you're going to do something about it. Right? So number 2, checking in with your team and your leaders, right? Obviously you guys are going for your first promotion, but once you start enrolling your dream team partners, you're going to want to check in with them every day. What do you have planned for today for your business? Can we work together? Can we do a power hour? All the things. Personal development, something you should be doing every day. Network with other people, something you should be doing every day. And creating content. Your social media platforms is your storefront, right? And then number 5, faith it till you make it. Okay, not fake it till you make it. Faith it till you make it. Why? Because faking is something that not always you can do. But, you know, sometimes we can do it pretty well because we're still getting over those limiting beliefs, right? Faith it. That takes 3 things. Number 1, belief. Your reality is a reflection of your strongest belief. So if you're living in a reality that you don't like, that's because you have a limiting belief in yourself. You have to figure out what that is. It triggers the powers inside of you to do it. That's what faithing is. It triggers you to do it because you believe in it so much. Without self-belief, nothing can be accomplished. With it, nothing is impossible. Okay? Your belief doesn't make you a better person. Your behavior does. So now we get from belief to now behavior because they go hand in hand. That thought becomes an action, right? Number 2, positive verbiage with faith. No matter what you go through, I want you guys to always remember this. And if anything sticks, please let it be this. When no matter what you go through in life or what circumstances you may be faced with, the only thing you can control is what you say. Okay? What you say. Nobody can take the words coming out of your mouth and nobody can put them in there, right? We can't control all the thoughts that come into our heads or, you know, all the things, right? But we can control what we do with those thoughts because what you say becomes your reality and you are in control of that, okay? And number 3, for faith until you make it, affirmations, okay? Anna did this with us too in the first day and I loved it. We should all be doing it, right? Taking that belief and those positive verbiage and that positive thinking and saying them to yourself every single day. Practicing self-talk so that it becomes a healthy habit rather than limiting beliefs holding you back from what you're capable of, right? Self-belief and hard work and consistency will 100% of the time give you success. Literally, right? And don't worry, I'm gonna write these in the text box, but Anna, you can go on. We have about 7 minutes left. But yeah.
Honestly, you just covered everything that I was going to say with this topic. I definitely think everything that you said was spot on. So I don't think I have to add anything else to it.
I love it. So guys, if this was helpful for you, I want you guys, once we open up the Telegram chat tonight, I want you guys to give us 3 takeaways. That's going to show us who's been writing notes. And that's also going to show the people that didn't show up on this call what they missed out on. Okay, because you guys showing up for this is that self-discipline, is that sacrifice, is that belief in yourself. Everything that we just went across, you guys already have it in you. The only difference is that now you have to prove it to yourself. Okay, so write it in the Telegram chat. We're gonna open it up. I'm so excited for that because we've been wanting to hear you guys and get you guys to collaborate, get accountability partners, meet each other, go live with each other, and now we're gonna have a place where we can do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste these in here. I'm gonna stop this recording.